Good morning, everybody. It is 8:45. I'm going to get started. I forgot to share. There we go. Let me get my screen going. Can I get a thumbs up? Somebody, can you see my screen and hear us okay? Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so today we're going to talk about one of the first 100 topics, and the one I picked was culture. And specifically, I picked something called Mvvbp. So first of all, extra credit, everyone except for Adrian, who's sitting here. I'll ban you from answering. I didn't know, I couldn't remember, I've seen this a handful of times, and to be honest, as I was getting ready for this, there was a lot of times through there went, oh yeah, I know what that means, and I remember it, but at the time when I started, I did not. So extra credit, is there anybody who can come off mute and at least come up with 2 or 3 of what those letters mean? Mvvbp. Nobody? Okay, you kind of like me. So most valuable, very, well, whatever. Okay, so it's about culture, and it stands for, oh, sorry, this is in our way. Mission, vision, values, beliefs, and perspective. So we're going to talk about each of those just a bit, and if there's time, we may show a little bit of a video from Mo Anderson that talks about this. So the first thing is mission, and well, let me get them all up here, sorry. Mission, vision, values, beliefs, perspective, and then we'll go to the next page and we'll talk about mission. So May, can I ask you to read that?
Build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, and lives worth living.
Okay, thank you very much, May. So let me ask, I'll open it up, and if I don't hear something, I'll just ask for some volunteers. But I'm not looking for a right or wrong answer, but I'm just curious about what we think about the first part of that, careers worth having. What does that mean to anybody? Somebody want to come off mute and talk about it? One brave soul. Okay, I'll pick on somebody. I see you there, Art. I'm going to pick on you.
I knew it.
Well, you were at the very bottom of the list there, so I'm like, okay, I'll pick on Art.
To build careers worth having, I guess building something that you believe in, that you enjoy. I don't know.
Oh, I think you nailed it.
Yeah. Like by design, like we learned in Bold.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like your career worth having may be different than my career. It's a very personal definition, right? Because we all have different contexts.
Exactly, and what on the video that's in the first 100 that Mo Anderson does, the word she used, just like what Art and Adrian were talking about, it's work in a profession that promotes and funds your passion. Mm-hmm. So to Adrian's point, that's different for each of us on the huddle, right?
Very unique.
So the second part of that, businesses worth owning. What do we think? What do we think about that? That one might be a little more straightforward. What's a business worth owning? Whether it's a real estate.
A profitable one.
Huh?
A profitable one.
Yeah,
exactly.
Profitable.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty easy. Thank you, Jake. And then lives worth living. Any kind of thoughts around that?
I think that goes back to like the culture piece as far as coming from abundance and giving back and just like giving more than receiving.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And so some of the words around there, living your passion, your passion, living for your big why.
Yeah.
So why are we doing this work? So that was the M in Mvvbp. And then vision, pretty straightforward, to be the real estate company of choice. And the definition that I got from this was very straightforward, and I literally just wrote it down as what we believe the world will look like once we've accomplished our mission.
Mhm.
That was and so real estate company of choice for agents, real estate company of choice for clients, for consumers, yeah. So it's so the KW version of that, what we believe the world will look like once we've accomplished the mission. Okay, so I'll go to the next.
It naturally progresses.
Yeah.
To that. Right?
Good point. Yeah.
Mhm.
So values. Hey Gilbert, you wanna read this one for me?
God, family, business.
Perfect. So no, and the order of the words there are important, and God and family first. Probably I shouldn't have had a comma between God and family. Followed by business. Couple of other things it's not stated here that came across, which when I look around KW and I look around Team Lally, I see this in action. So one comment here is diversity makes us strong. So if you look around, let's look at internally a little bit at Team Lally. We have a pretty diverse team across genders, across backgrounds, across ages. Some of us are crazy, some of us are not crazy. So we got a lot of nice diversity there.
David, which one are you?
No comment. Just message me after the huddle, but I know which one you are. And another important takeaway here is a line that I've heard in classes and I've heard other people talk about is no transaction is worth your reputation.
Yep.
Right? So God, family, business is important, but no transaction is worth your reputation. And then kind of the last thing that came out of, some more KW values here, treat associates as stakeholders.
We learned about that from the Aaron Kaufman class.
Okay.
He just, he gave like a nice reminder that we're all stakeholders. We're not just like agents as part of the company. We're all owners in the company.
Yeah, great example. If you guys heard Adrian talking about, a wonderful example is profit share, right?
Yeah.
What you're talking about is how we're stakeholders. And also how KW shares information with us. So there's some
open book.
transparency.
100% open book company and privately owned, right? It's not publicly traded, so there's no one else to answer to except for within.
Okay, next one, beliefs. And then there's a wonderful acronym. I started to do a huddle on acronyms.
Real estate acronyms.
Yeah, or at least Keller Williams.
Yeah.
And so this one I've seen, and those of you that have been to the Honolulu Market Center, you get a little card, and I've got one in my wallet. I think the internet code
Yes,
is this.
that is the internet code.
And does anybody on the huddle know how we actually pronounce this? I didn't know this until I watched the video again. Yeah, it's Y, and this is the way you can remember. It's kind of a mnemonic, so you remember. Y, 4 C's, okay, 2 T's, and an S.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll unpack that a little bit. So win-win or no deal, right? And that's a big part of the Keller Williams culture. And then the I, so the WI, integrity, do the right thing. We talked about that just a moment ago about no transaction, being worth your reputation. And the 4 C's are interesting. I'll put them all up here, and I'll just talk about maybe a couple of them and maybe ask for some comments. But customers, commitment, communication, and creativity. So customers, we're putting our customers first, right? So we're committed in all things. This one, I interpreted, I guess it's open to interpretation. I mean, I thought about a lot of different ways. We're committed to ourselves, we're committed to our business, we're committed to our teammates,
Mhm.
you know, we're also committed to, or we should be committed to upholding the culture that we're talking about. Communication, it's a wonderful saying. Was it seek first to understand before being understood?
And then, like for us, like in our team, I think we go straight to the source.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, and it's literally one of the 4 C's,
Mhm.
right? When Adrian and Tilly will talk about that, it's like if we're in a conflict with somebody, go to the source, assume good intention, and have that communication. That last one, creativity, I'm curious of what the group might think about that. Ideas before results. I had a couple of thoughts, but I was wondering if somebody might share with me what they think about ideas before results. Any volunteers? What have I not picked on yet?
Well, if you think about it, the original iPhone, was it an idea or did it instantly appear as a result?
Good one.
So that's what they mean by that. We've heard it said inside basic. Somebody tell me what they say inside basic.
You think is to create.
To think is to create. Okay. When we get bogged down with problems and we're not getting the results that we need, we're getting out of creativity and getting into I don't know, a quagmire of the mind. That's it for me.
Thank you, Tilio. Yeah, and one of the things I was thinking about here is kind of like we have to see it or have the idea in order to go for it. It's like setting a big goal,
Mhm.
right? You have the idea before you have the result. Was another way that I thought of it. Wasn't sure if that was exactly the way that
Like
KW
even
was
just
thinking
be like
about it.
be open-minded instead of so like just result, just focus on the goal, but really like be open to other ideas, because if you're just so hyper focused on that goal, you may miss that opportunity to, have something creative come out of that process.
Okay.
Well, it's also, yeah, be, do, have.
We do have. I also think about the clients and all the different clients they're all different. So being creative in your process of sell and how do you create, great experiences with them and make it unforgettable.
Thanks, Brad. Hope you feel better today too, by the way. So 2 T's, teamwork and trust. And I think for us at Team Lally, it's easy to think about. I mean, we really function as a team. Together, everyone achieves more is a nice mnemonic for team. I was curious though, what about, so again, this is about KW culture. We're part of KW. So how does a solo agent in a Honolulu Market Center, what's their teamwork? What do we think about?
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what it was, because Aaron Kaufman, who came in and talked about the KW effect,
yeah,
he said it, and you guys can either use this for team. You can actually, as part of Team Lally or a solo agent, use, or as an ISA or any kind of communication with a client that's thinking about buying, selling, or investing with real estate with one of us, or even a KW agent, is that we are the only brokerage where every person in our brokerage, whether you're on a team or not, has a vested financial interest in helping you find the home that you want, or sell the home that we're helping you sell, or invest in the home that we want to help you invest in. Somebody tell me why.
Profit share. Profit sharing.
Profit share. Bingo.
Yeah, I think that was the one I was thinking about, because it's easy, I think, for us of being part of Team Lally, that we actually function as a team.
Yeah.
It's not just a word we throw around.
Yeah.
And then I think the other thing about the KW culture is look at, so like Attilio, you're teaching today, right? So you don't, you're gonna, anybody that shows up, you're gonna teach, right? They don't have to be part of Team Lally.
Or KW.
Right. Other leaders have to be part of KW.
Yeah.
The other leaders do the same thing. They share with us information freely. So that was kind of the other thing, way I thought about being a team. I think I'm running a little bit long. Let me move on. So trust. Well, yeah, we got to be honest. Got one more slide after this. So success results through people. Maybe in my mind, a little bit overlap of what, in a good way, of what we were talking about. We as agents can achieve financial success by helping people. If you help enough people, you get what you want, right? So we get our results.
To focus on the people, right? I think, who was it? I think JT was talking like stuff like, don't you so much focus on the money. Money will come and the success will come if you just focus on the people and doing what's best for them. Success will follow, or money will follow.
Okay, last slide, because we're running right up against 9 o'clock. And this one I wanted to have a discussion on. So this is the definition that's in this video. It's a little bit old. KW Realty training consulting company that also provides franchise systems, products, and services that lead to productivity and profitability. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking that we're evolving to say KW Realty is a technology and consulting company. Is that right?
Yeah, I would strongly agree with that.
I think I heard that somewhere. Couldn't
But
find
this may be
it.
an old, but if you look just recently, all of the stuff is it's all based on technology. Yeah.
So we're up against 9 o'clock. That is, there's a link here in the slides to about a 5.5 minute video from Mo Anderson, which is great. She talks through a lot of the stuff.
Speaking of Mo, her birthday's coming up, and every year in honor of Mo's birthday, that's what Red Day is. So there was an email that just went out. Hopefully you guys all got it for Red Day. And I guess we're going to be cleaning up a beach park, Kapilani Beach Park, and then there'll be like a picnic after. So we'll be on the lookout for invite, and we'll, we'll all get out there and do our part for our community and, celebrate Mo Anderson's birthday.
So a couple minutes over. Looking for one aha or one takeaway from today. Who's got one they'd like to share?
God, family, and business.
Thank you, Brad.
I just want to remind everybody today at 1 o'clock up in the business center, up in the Kapolei KW Business Center, up on the second floor on the other building. I'm teaching how to win the seller. So if you have an agent out there that you want to put in your profit tree, tell them to come to this class today. We've, Adrian, how many listing presentations have you and I personally done?
Oh, at least 1,000.
At least 1,000, and equating into over 1,000 transactions, either directly or indirectly through what we've done in this listing presentation. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with them. Their opportunities to get out there and win that listing, because it's 3 things that you focus on, folks. What is it from the Red Book?
Leads.
Follow up.
Listings, leads, and leverage. Listings, leads, and leverage.
Yes, leads, listings, and leverage. That's how you build a successful real estate business. Because listings generate what for you buyer agents? What do they generate?
Leads.
You generate buyer leads. So that's why we don't focus on buyer leads. We actually focus on the listings, because listings always bring us buyer leads. Very rarely does a buyer lead bring us a listing. Aloha. Hope to see some of your guests up there today at 1 o'clock.
Bye.
Great presentation, David. See you in the office in a couple minutes.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, David.
See you this afternoon. Be there, be square.